Okay.
Exclamation point shout in chat.
Exclamation mark cup holder. Those of you know, you know.
Let's waste them. Thanks, Doc.
Don't kill box first. He might bomb me.
Probably.
They're not.
I'm back
Oh,
door.
they are.
There's trap
Big bomb on big bomb.
Super duper high.
Depending
on
Oh,
beam.
I'm sorry.
That was that.
Okay. So first thing I'm noticing, pretty much as soon as you get to mid and you get to that forward spawn location, unless they're immediately double bombing, you shouldn't really linger there for too long because you're in a very passive spot and you can accomplish everything and more by taking the crate sooner.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that should pretty much be your path every time on Pocket Scout on this map, unless there's something that's, you know, egregious under the point or something like that. But as sooner you move up to the crate, usually the better.
Scott's 100.
Soldier on the left, man, on you.
I'm tapping up alley.
He's dead.
I'm in
Excellent.
back.
Soldier's back door. It's just soldier back door. Just soldier back
Nice,
door.
nice, good
Nice,
mid.
nice, nice.
He's house, he's house.
Oh, what the
Back.
fuck?
I'm not
130.
gonna fight him.
Kill him!
Okay, get gun to house.
I'm peeking him right now.
He's
He's
house,
in.
house, house.
Bro, how
Oh,
is
he's
this
at
guy
80.
He took 14.
No, bro!
Oh no!
He took a lot.
There's some crazy shit going on. You're still on 3, so
It's fine, fine, fine. It's big ass here. We're downstairs right
Alright,
now.
I'm chilling for a
Okay.
sec. We're waiting for spawners. They have a lot of players here before us.
We have. They're
What do you
30.
think of a ramp room, like the Parsa and I push again, once you're here?
I'm on
Let's
out
look
right
for soldier
Sounds like
before we
fun.
go.
You going? You going in double scout?
Yeah, yeah.
They know we're coming.
Ow.
They won't know.
No, they
Ready
have no way of knowing.
They've never seen this shit
Walking,
before in
walking,
their
walking.
lives.
Okay, they super saw it.
Wait.
Oh, I'm stunned.
Criminal's not with you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, actually, we can just go left and not use instead.
They're shuttered.
They're in.
HP.
Dead? Scott's here?
I'm left from under.
Yeah, we're walking up.
They have traps.
We walked up there.
okay, they go surprisingly well.
We should send Sax.
Can we team
Yeah,
right now?
go right.
Um,
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said they go surprisingly well. I think with your demo being dead, and you guys are still wanting to push, I typically would not call for something like underpass there because I'm kind of waiting for my demo to catch up and like get involved. So I'm looking for something maybe a little slower, just towards alley.
Yeah.
I think had they just had anyone on height just spam you, you'd probably just get
Right
forced.
now, Parson and whoever.
I'm at the. Yeah.
Actually, don't cap. Actually, don't cap.
But I don't
I mean,
think it's gonna
that-
even out.
Give it
back
some more
point.
time to stack.
Back half,
Are
possible.
you going, bro?
Okay,
Yeah,
I can go. I
I'm
can
in.
go.
I'm in.
What is it? 200.
Faded for you. I faded for you.
Heads and spawn. Heads and spawn.
I'd much rather you be with your combo right now and helping them walk in through main.
Demo took
Alright,
190.
battle lobby.
Getting out,
Alright,
getting
That's
out.
it.
we're watching for Sax and we are doing the right
I'm watching
shove
my-
to kill gun.
Oh my god,
Soldier's
close on me.
left.
Soldiers in lobby.
Bro.
Damn. Okay. We can still exchange to hold this.
Soldier in behind you.
Soldier behind us. Behind
Choke.
us.
Choke.
I'm
Just
weak.
keep an eye
I
out
can't
for
find him.
So your scout's already looking for that guy. You should just be looking forward and be taking the trade.
Okay, we need to back.
House.
So you've already let them through the door. So this is
Pancake with the pancake.
Okay, I'm coming back
Look
into
at
point
60
here.
house. That soldier's
30
fucking-
HP.
yeah. So this is very awkward and very bad for numerous reasons. So that's what it's behind. You already see your scout looking back and keeping tabs on him. You have to be the guy responsible for taking this trade. So I would much rather you take it in the doorway and try to keep your team as much space as possible. So if you still need to retreat, you can retreat, and it's harder for them to get through the doorway, and you're probably forcing more flashes in a little condensed area. Versus this trade is no longer bid on your terms. This is very awkward. You're eating damage on the walk up. The medic is popping. The chance of success is significantly lower than the other trade.
Is it good? Should we fight? Are we fighting?
No.
It's not. They
They
forced.
just used. They just used.
I'm going behind.
We're leaving alley.
One's dead.
Good that you go behind here though.
You're going last?
Try to
They're
stall
gonna
for you.
cap.
I
There's
can
one
stall.
soldier here.
They're gonna cap. Yeah, I'm backing out.
I'm going for the mid, maybe. You see him?
I got the soldier.
Okay, nice kill.
Fast.
Wait, you have 2 scouts behind right now.
Those are 30.
What do you
What do you
want
want to do?
I'm trying to help.
They're in lunchbox. They're at lunchbox.
Oh shit.
Scott's fighting me close. He's hit 60.
That's gonna hurt.
Not anymore.
I probably need to get
Oh, lucky you just gotta hit your shots.
Let's stay
Backing
delayed.
out.
But as soon as you and Parsa get behind together and you're in that sort of chaos situation, I think it's good that you try to link with him. Yeah, unfortunately, we just gotta hit the shots.
Okay, stabilizing 2, stabilizing 2.
Yeah, I'm on you guys.
Do they have Uber?
Get a gun on that.
But that all just stems off of forcing a bad trade.
Pancake, can you spawn gun? I'm gonna spawn.
Can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about something that happened like a minute ago. When we were in 2 and you were saying like oh, I should have used in the doorway, but then instead we like kind of get forced because we left them through. I was planning on sort of leaving there. That's why I wasn't super close. What can you explain like why you would want to stay and take that trade? Just because you're forced to, or because it's actually advantageous to like stay on 2 and try and exchange down numbers there?
Well, if you're going in and if you want to leave, you could just leave. That's fine, but you should actually leave and not take the trade, because then we're doing the worst of both situations.
True. Okay.
But if you're committing to a trade, like the situation there being,
Yeah, it's right there. It was here.
I see him.
I'm watching him.
you have a soldier spawner,
3. So
and your demo will be up in time for the post. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be a horrible trade. You do also have a soldier pick. Like,
still wanna
if you really feel confident, like, I don't know. It's pretty much about confidence at this point. Like, if you feel like you can create a good trade on your own, and again, give yourself the conditions to have a good trade. So if you take it in that doorway when they're all in the fucking lobby, you can force as many flashes as possible, and give yourself enough time to back up into alley if need be. Then your chance of success is higher.
yeah, I don't know. It feels.
If you're gonna back up like this, don't trade. You should have just left, because now you're taking the worst trade possible.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay, we need to back up.
Lunch.
Stabilizing 2, stabilizing 2.
All right, you're just sending one soldier here.
Yeah.
I like the power hold parse. That worked really well.
They're not in yet.
I know.
I can die. They're going under. They're going under. They're going under. I can die for this.
Alright,
I'm dying
just
for
getting
this.
out here. I'm just getting out.
Meds at 100. They don't have yet. I got medic. What the
Oh,
fuck,
nice.
dude?
Oh, what
Okay,
the fuck?
kind of the goat.
All right.
Okay.
My gun up.
I would be just concerned with how much Uber we currently have.
Sack us before this gun is built.
Yeah, they know we're good.
Okay, you have ad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think they're gonna sack while their med's dead. I would rather you just get on scout and already getting information for your team, because you're already pretty close to
I
Uber.
can't hold too close.
Are we just parking the bus or are we not going?
Yeah, we kind of got fucked pushing out a lot this week.
They're
so-
looking to.
Okay, wait. This is actually an awkward moment because I want to.
You guys have a lot of ad.
Yeah, but our team does want to go. We can.
They're-
Probe.
Alright,
I'd rather
I
make them 2 mana. or something.
Disapprove of that for sure, especially because it's hard for them to be set up.
Somebody lower.
They're on.
The rest of the
Above
game we
shutter.
push out a last with that.
The traps of movements.
Our ad is dwindling.
Okay, I want to emphasize the situation because their medic is dead, so the fact is that they cannot be fully set up, or if they want to get health, they have to go to their medic buff very late, which is why it's advantageous to be taking lobby earlier, because then you can see shit that would be out of position or not have a buff or etc. This is pretty much like the perfect scenario to push out a last. We gotta wait for Uber ultimately, which is kind of why I was concerned with where we were at, because there's a trap you can fall into where you push in the lobby with like 50%, and if they just take some sort of psycho fight, there's a chance you could just lose that because you don't have Uber to bail you out. But because you're already at 80% and their medic is dead, this is a fight that I strongly suggest that you push out on, because the conditions don't get much better
Okay.
aside from their team just being fucking wiped.
They're gonna sack us before this gun is built.
Yeah, they know we're good. Teammates.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's up.
Let's get this gameplay.
Soldier's probably gonna go left and see where we can spin the
Yeah,
gun.
We can
So
upgrade
I'm getting ammo. I can't hold too close.
They're looking to. I don't think they're holding in.
I'm in lobby right now.
Okay, they want us to push
full
out
ad.
last year. Whatever you want to do.
We can probe. I'd rather make them 2 mana. or
We're
something.
peeking. We're peeking.
Yeah, I'm peeking right now. There might be
Up
traps.
above
They're on
shutter.
bridge.
Somebody lower.
They're on
That's
bridge.
above shutter.
The traps of movements.
Our ad is dwindling.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
push.
Okay.
Make them 2 mana, 3 mana.
Okay.
Hero.
Scouts at 110.
Put it in, put it in.
I was gonna, that's a 2-man. I'm getting piped.
Put it in above.
That was nuked as well.
Okay. That's snipe. That's a.
Our guy still doesn't spawn now.
All right, lobby.
300 a lot. He's weak.
Hey, man.
We got Fimmins playing in some crazy spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like nuked here.
Ooh, that's too
Soldier
bad.
close, bombing through.
He's weak.
Hey, man.
Scouts.
Watch for the
roll-
stun.
I do. There's soldier on me.
It's.
Die.
One's
Too.
fine.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of
Vortex
I have-
forward.
So- Pretty shitty. A couple reasons. We have a spy, which is, I mean, it's whatever, but he should be doing something instead of I don't know what the hell he's doing by that ramp. And our information is really poor. It sounds like shit is just kind of just floating in, and we're surprised by it. So what that is a lack of information on where their combo is, or like just timings on shit. So person by main can get a lot of information by main. Person on the left can see pretty much everything. So there should be a large relay of information of when soldiers and shit can be getting in. Because it seemed like your medic was pretty surprised
Fritz, I don't know if you
by
want-
that entire push.
I'm peeking in
They're all on
here.
the point.
Don't peek that.
You're
I think they
not.
know. They know.
Don't let our
And this is a very shitty push at this point now because you're down a soldier.
You bombed over the gun into me and it didn't.
I need
make
pressure.
I'm moving the
Yeah,
gun
I
back to
have a
spawn.
magic
You
gun.
should get on pyro here, and I will stay on.
We have spy. He's
Maybe
starting.
spy.
You
I'm
can
in
get
the
that a little further
yard.
forward.
No, I'm.
I have to heal
Stab
someone.
whoever.
And I agree. We can move the gun a little further forward, kind of more towards
I'm staying NG from
the like metal line on the floor.
They're right, I think.
Okay.
Where's our pyro?
It's on.
I'm on
first
fire.
Yeah,
side.
they're getting into
That's
right
fine.
lobby now. They're getting into right lobby now.
Okay.
Because it's just you though. I think a more passive gun is okay.
They're
Yeah,
in
use
right.
right.
Right, you're right. They're bombing right, bombing right. It's.
But can do that.
I got 80 on point.
That will sell your team the round.
I'm getting rolled.
They're all
bro.
back row. They're pretty low back right.
As soon as
I
the
have-
demo is-
Unless you have pyro, you pretty much can't do that because you'll just die. If you want to have a gun that you want to like maybe tank, but it's not a good spot, you can put it on the railing by the spawn, like the shutter on the of the spawn on the left,
Where's our pyro?
because you're directly at the spawn door pretty
They're
much.
getting into right lobby now. They're getting
Yeah,
into
I
right
also
lobby.
figured just if the demo is close, so you can't do it.
New mid.
Jump me. So you guys doubling again?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I got
going
a free
main.
demo pick, so.
Yeah.
Cheater, yeah. I mean, Spy at the last is super. I mean, it's the beginning.
Spy.
They were down 2, and I was just slow.
It's not talking there.
Thanks, Doc.
Last time they
Almost
bombed
hurt.
our catwalk. Sort of passive, sort of.
I'm fat.
on-
So
Alright.
Split it at 80.
I mean,
yeah, you gotta move up way sooner. Imagine if you're on this crate and you're denying this guy jumping in right now. That is probably an instant kill, or he just doesn't go.
Man, good pause.
Trying to lose.
I'm trying to stay tight.
So if you're in this position, what's like your signal that they're not double bombing? Because
It's just off rip, unless they're doing like the top right, like double bomb mid.
Off
That
rip,
is
okay.
the only reason I want to stay up here.
Oh, I'm dead.
I'm getting in their house.
They must have-
Otherwise, I want to deny them from a more aggressive spot because it is better in every regard.
Keep bombing main.
is that metalwork specific
I got
because of
scout.
this mid, or
Must-
do
they
you
must-
think
how
that
about
might
Pretty
never
aggro.
The routing is metalwork specific,
Look at me.
Soldier
Got 80
back
on
but I would, like on this mid, you really should. You can pretty much just operate entirely on height because it's pretty difficult for the demo to just shoot all of height, because he's usually pretty far away.
Unless he's a bomb, or you.
But yeah, there's no reason to stay passive there because you are not going to eat significant damage up on the crate, and if you do, it's very easy to get rehealed, and you can also
Nice.
Nice.
engage on the brackets on the point, like the little staples.
Get it. Yeah, 56.
Can we counter rally? Or?
No, yeah, I'm in valley.
Okay, let's just try and spot their cross so we can spam it hard when they walk up.
I don't know. That's their combo.
Okay, it's even. One of your scouts should be spotting underpass. Other guys should be playing height. If your scouts gonna play underpass, you can just exist on a sheet metal.
I'm getting ammo under.
Heals are in house currently.
Are you kiting into
Because we're relaying pretty good information about underpass, but there's a chance that shit can be in there already, and if they sack and you guys are both just sitting on the floor here, it's not really good looks for a deny.
surf what side?
I think you're too concerned about underpass right now.
Soldier
Soldier
bombing.
bombing. Low. He's lit 110.
80.
Okay, so the soldier behind you, you could just turn for this guy.
Behind.
I'm dead.
Yep,
they're-
good turn.
Where are you?
They're fighting underpass. They're fighting
I'm
parts
fighting
underpass.
underpass. Can we get a guy through house
I'm
right now?
underpass.
It should be free.
I'm weak. Near
There's
the
soldier house.
We're going for a
I can go
sack.
house, I can go house, I
That's
can go
the
house.
player.
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
Take it.
Their beam is
They're
top
on
right.
mid.
Okay, so right there, I'd be talking about how many people I see.
Here.
So like the fact that there's all 4 people congested there means that other doors are very free. So that's like a call that's very urgent, like time sensitive. Because that's pretty much your best opportunity until the soldier jumps over.
We're pressured.
Then even then he's still pretty isolated.
Until he's done one, but it's
Yeah, you can send it.
So you gotta like this is a great situation where you can paint a picture for your sack because you have the freedom to do so. Versus if other people are peeking, they're going to eat too much damage and then they can't actually commit for their play. Because you have as much information as you need.
High now. High now.
I see him.
That's a
On your man.
pick.
He's piped. He's piped. He's piped. So unfortunate. I'm bombing them, trying to get something.
That's a shitty
Live res?
I'm
situation.
getting out. Yeah.
Did they force?
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
No, no, no.
Here, man. Oh, I need to
God,
kill that one
I'm
of our
caught.
scouts.
Probably just need to
Okay,
leave
so that's
immediately with that
I'm
info.
dying for this.
Wait.
I'm getting out, yeah.
I mean, depends. So this, I don't know. This guy should never get a force,
Sorry,
to
not
be
leave
honest.
immediately, but not pressure longer than a few seconds.
Yeah, you can send it.
Okay, I'll try.
So they're high. High now.
You see him. Unfortunately, I think we just missed a couple shots that would make the difference. As soon as that happens, they still have their 2 spawners kind of en route, or at least their demo is, I think.
Trying to get something.
Also,
I'm getting out, yeah.
Or sorry, no, the demo never died. But there is technically still a little bit of space, but as soon as your soldier dies like that with nothing, then you have to leave. But
no.
I think you guys just kind of get...
On your man. He's piped. So unfortunate. I'm bombing him, trying to get something.
also.
I'm getting out, yeah.
No.
I don't know, their demo is so far out, like he's in their choke. I don't know if these were just existing stickies, but...
Here, man.
Oh,
I need to throw that one
I'm
more.
caught.
Okay, so that's
I don't think... The rotation into the house was very weird. Like, I think you guys just should have backed alley. That's kind of my concern. And the pathing they're taking is also a little strange. Like, again... on this map, it's very easy to move forward and take height at the exact same time. Like, it's pretty linear.
Unfortunate. I'm bombing him, trying to get
Like, you could be clearing these stickies from up on top of the forward spawn right now. And you have a way better scope of what the situation is versus trying to force something on the floor here.
I'm getting out, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
here, man.
It's kind of the equivalent of just like putting on the blinders.
I'm caught.
Okay, so
Okay,
that
pipes.
sack should
I'm
be
dying
ripped
for
way
this.
sooner, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, we need like just a high bomb. And
I'm probably
They're
caught.
all checking.
I'm caught here. Yeah.
fucking-
Fuck, man.
They didn't use, right?
No.
They're getting into right side now.
Okay, we're gonna hold.
Live.
You probably can't get a gun up. I think it's worth probably taking a sniper shot just for the sake of heroism and maybe getting a drop. But yeah, it's impossible to hold that unless
You wanna pause? You wanna pause?
something like that happens.
Sure.
Alright.
I mean, these are just silly mistakes. Like, if we have 2 up, I want to get in on mid.
We
but
just need someone to bomb, but like we're just sitting there.
But
Yeah.
the main mistake, we just didn't kill a soldier fast enough. They got a force.
I think those are 2 mistakes that are happening at the same time. I think both are valid. I think your flank should have been way sooner, but I don't think you conveyed information very good to them. Because as a player who's playing in house, it's a little scary to peek doorways because you can just eat so much damage. Obviously, there's times where there just isn't something there, so you can just go through and it's easy. But the best case scenario every time is that the information is relayed. Either they have a really good timing on their own timing, or information is being clearly relayed by the combo. And you had all the information in the world. You saw all 4 players from the very beginning. So that is, I think, something that you needed to focus on a lot more on the way up to the point.
It's out there because we didn't get in because they're done too. They had opportunity.
When you say paint that sack, do you just mean tell them, like, oh, beam is playing top right, they're passive, 1 soldier on left?
Tell them where shit is, and then tell them what doors are available.
Okay, but you're not saying, like, exactly layout how to sack, just, like...
No, that's a level of micro that's a little unnecessary. But all I'm saying is just give them the information that they need in order to be successful. So tell them where significant classes are playing. Tell them if there's going to be something on their door or isolated. Those are all very important details for someone who's arriving to a fight kind of blindly and has 1 shot at making the attempt good, pretty much.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't stay there that long. Parcel's right. We should just... The pressure was good. We had a bit of space.
Yeah.
And we should send a sack. It doesn't need to be like a all commit die sack. Like, you can bomb, you can see, oh, this med is gonna like bait choke, and you can just call to like have us walk forward on the demo. And Parcel, I think you can play kind of in house there. I really want to make sure that there's no sticks on lower main or on yard while we're doing that. So if we try and walk through, or if we try and walk out, we're not getting sticked off. What ended up happening was there was a stick on lower main that we couldn't clear fast enough, and I died.
Partially agree. I think that's just
Made
poor
some
positioning.
important thing. But
And it was just an unnecessary rotation into main, where I think you could have
So, yeah.
held alley just from height.
Like, it was kind of stable before.
Yeah, I called I was taking height. I feel like if you took height with me,
Yeah, I'll
Pancake,
just
like
stay
to
top
walk with
right.
me. Yeah.
We're checking out mid right now. And then
Alright.
Parsa died immediately at the beginning. Like, that could have lost the mid.
I got
What happened
The
to
soldier
you?
bombed
Oh.
Parsa.
I got
when he was up
headshot
point.
rocketed.
Oh, that's just unfortunate, I guess.
Should we
they're
save
probably gonna
your...
lock out lower main for me. can you wait like a half second for me to pancake so I can beam a scout out there?
Sorry, where do you want me to wait?
Back door, back door.
Sure. They're also
If
they're
you are
bomb-
going out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'd roll out underpass, but I could be backdoor.
Okay. Then.
Their bombs, they're not really high bomb committing.
Okay, I get what he's saying.
Bombs that like land on like positioning or single players. Just so we know. I don't really know what the counter is to that.
They're just taking the point, like bombing and landing on the point.
Yeah, basically.
Or like our catwalk or something like that. It means we don't necessarily need to be that scared though. We could just sort of.
I think we just ego the bombs really, and then just try to get damage off of it.
Yeah, I like our double bomb early. That worked.
Yeah.
Well. And their soldiers aren't really committing on top of us instead.
I feel like our mids are good. It's just like we're just not coordinated.
I'm gonna
everything
refill my
else,
water quick.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna scan through this.
Cool. I don't think we talk about much more.
Okay.
If you see their combo on it, if they have them land on point.
Good call.
If they're faded into Valley, yeah, just let them stay there.
Okay. Yeah, they're kiting into like Valley.
Yeah, we should just lock
I can
that
just have
down
them hide.
as soon as they back up.
On kill box.
Bombing high.
So I'm not a huge fan of your mid rolling a backdoor because you just are forfeiting a lot of space, and it's usually just a band-aid fix to a greater issue. That time I don't think we had to go backdoor at all. I think main looked very free. But pretty much it just sets your mid off on a bad foot, like off rip, because your medic starts immediately passive.
Oh, I
That
also
was a low
scanning.
top right.
I can't do anything.
What's at 100? That was weak.
Can we get a soldier?
You gotta take space. You really gotta take space. It's available to you, so we gotta take it a little bit sooner.
They're out.
They're out,
Lock it
they're
out,
out,
Rose.
they're out.
On the ground.
Oh, where are?
I didn't even realize we had the demo kill, but yeah, playing it slow is
Yeah, down demo.
good.
Actually, can we pressure house? They have no demo.
Yeah.
House, I disagree. It'd still be able to be held by 2 soldiers. We should just go alley
I'm
to
out.
exploit
Okay.
the demo pressure.
Travis even.
They're playing your shutter, playing your shutter.
We're just trying to send a sack here. We're pressuring
Yeah.
house right now.
We're pressuring house really hard
We
right
could get
now.
someone through alley, probably.
Yeah,
We're done
Pipes.
with
They're playing so fucking pussy.
Yeah, they're really pussy.
I killed
yeah. It's bad door choice. If you, especially down at demo, you don't have to worry about traps. All you have to do is be concerned about their bombs, which if they don't do, then they give you a lot of space. If they do, then they're exerting a lot of health. So it's still a situation that's going to be able to be played potentially well. It's kind of just that's the little nitty gritty details at that point. But alley is where you're going to find the most success because you're going to be able to walk up off of the fact that there's no demo.
Good call, good call.
We need to.
Versus you can't walk through house. You just simply won't be able to.
I don't know how much it is. I heard him.
Okay, watch the soldiers bait here.
Okay, we're still pressuring no scout.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He's in. Free pick.
Sit 70.
Collect him.
I need to get
Okay.
Yeah.
When you take alley, I guess I think you did actually, but I like just chilling on height as much as I can.
Here. Clearing.
He's bridge.
He died. Walk
That was still a spawner.
Soldiers on bridge.
Demo's at
still.
50.
Okay.
Demo's at 100.
So this is another situation where it's really good to recognize what the other team's doing. So they're playing very aggressive on point here, and I would say it is. There has to be an appropriate response because this is not typically where you hold on second, and for a good reason because it's very easy to get forced or to die to a bomb because the medic has to kite in a very specific location or usually get forced. Either the medic has to back up in the house, which isolates him from a lot of his team that's committing on the point. So if someone goes high and they choose to just land on shit on point, there's usually a lot of damage and it goes pretty bad. That being said, unless there is a bomb, unless the bomb is actually going on and they can keep existing here, you guys are probably going to eat a fucking ton of damage. So as soon as I...
Watch the second soldier.
He might. I don't think they'll bomb again.
Traps here. Clearing.
He's bridge.
He died. Walk.
As soon as I'm here and I see this, I'm calling for a bomb. Because this fight, with your demo and you walking up, you're going to eating a fucking ton of damage, and there's a chance that your med has to try and save you, or you guys just die.
Still spawner.
This kind of relies entirely on a soldier bomb.
What would you do while you're waiting for that bomb? Just try
They
and
have no soldiers.
not take as
It's,
much damage? or-
I mean, you can just chill on height. It's going to be a matter of like 2 seconds. You should have a soldier in alley that can just go.
Okay.
Right now.
Focus at them out.
Just getting healthy, I'm slow.
Lever.
Use.
Nice.
Okay.
Shoot off twos. I'm out.
Kazik 50.
Yeah, we're going to back up.
Pass area.
He's scout.
Just keep leaving.
Let's get that.
I'm here.
Holy Fred Ringer.
Nice.
Wow, okay. We can go back alley then.
Alley, we can through free here. Only one soldier to worry about.
So you guys can all blob up. We just gotta really make sure that we're counting our players. One.
Kind of caught.
They're playing Shutter.
Oh, definitely not caught. IMO. Or it's not worth because you can take your ad all the way to last. Oh, that's really shitty.
You got this was spam,
What-
of course. Just crazy. Trying to spot
I'm
him.
high bombing.
For the trap.
Like you could, you can take it so slow. Like they cannot stay here just because they simply don't have enough resources to cover all doorways. So they will just through spam. They have to leave. It's impossible for them to stay. So you can really be patient with this because you'll still have enough ad for last because you've already moved into second pretty quick.
I'm fucking
I'm
forced.
going underpass.
Forced. Okay. I'm trying to get picks.
But that's I don't know. I think your medic probably just caught a lot of spam because nothing really appeared on your plate.
That's my bad.
Regardless, the demo's dead. Let's not give up on this push.
No.
We could,
Yeah,
we could peek, yeah.
Peek,
Get
peek, peek,
healthy.
peek, yeah.
All right, we are taking a very long time here.
Heck yeah.
Can you play beam range with me there? Okay. It was my bad.
We are so not locked in on this. We're just talking about other shit.
We were
But
not locked in this week, I'll be honest.
the fact that the demo is dead right now is and no Ubers is a really nice situation. Like it's one thing if their demo's dead and they have Uber. Like okay, it's I don't know. It's more holdable, but it's like no Ubers in play and demo's dead. It means it's a very convertible situation, and they just left last, so the chances of a fully set up off class is unlikely.
Can we get in?
Is it 30?
So we gotta strike while the iron is hot here,
75.
and we are just I don't
Try
know.
to see if I can kill him.
We're very hesitant and we're very scared.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm probably dead. God damn, man.
That sucks. They can push up.
I'm 60 HP.
Okay, we're playing on mid. We should be able to get Uber here.
And with no demo alive, personally, I'm a fan of going far right because usually the one thing that fucks you is if there's just a trap, and it gives you the most space to walk in and have vision.
Wait, pause that again. You're saying like go
It's
locker
really
room to
hurt.
pressure quickly?
Correct. Instead of left to main there.
Okay.
We have it even.
I need
I need ammo house.
We're taking
Alright.
what's going on?
Take a trade.
Are we using
Go
the
back down.
Just again, it's not on your terms. Like every trade that you take that's just not on your terms is always going to be inherently worse, in my opinion.
Sure.
Okay, can we
Just a little
pause
sure.
one sec?
Just lunch
Or
box,
go
ammo
back. Like go back to like yeah, like what response? Our demo's playing
It's
right
kind of
now.
really
I just
hurt.
want to know like the moment that I'm
Yeah,
missing.
it's
You know the when we should
So
trade.
there's a couple things. We're 85. You feel obliged to build.
I'm giving it up.
It's kind of really hurt.
I'm not speaking very
have
much.
it.
I noticed. Yep.
Yeah, I guess I just wish he was healing you there kind of the whole time. But you can preface this, like, also Finman can be talking more about, like, how close he's getting to Uber and if we can stay, because he kind of says it, like, a little second-handedly where it's like, okay, we have Uber. This whole idea can be, like, I don't know, everything can be painted so much more in advance. Like, if we're at 85, it's like, okay, we can get Uber. If he procs that conversation, you can be like, okay, I'm ready to take a trade or some shit like that. But the moment that you are like 80 HP here and you see this demo walking up this ramp, that is kind of the point of no return. Like he's full committed here,
Committed.
and the more space that he chooses to take and take the Uber on his terms, he's just bullying you guys out of the point and just inherently because he's already taken so much space.
Okay. I like this is very similar to on 2 when we were basically on 2 and they were about to enter the choke. So you're saying like when we're locked into a fight and we're committed, it's like you basically want to make sure they don't actually get through whatever small choke they're trying to get.
Right, you just want to make it harder for them because if you are taking a trade back on these steps, every door is free for them to do whatever the fuck they want. Right? So the closer you take the trade to the doors of where they're entering, the higher chance it is that you can control that part of the map and potentially force more flashes and like end up with a greater health difference than them.
Makes sense.
Because at this point, like they have taken over half the point. This guy's got through choke. They're already up on the height. Like the conditions just aren't good for a good trade at this point. Like they're doing everything on their terms right now.
In
I don't
terms,
truck-
yeah.
You can't give up that much.
They're weak in here. They Ubered.
You gotta force. You're down a soldier.
It's got lunch box.
Like you guys are fucked. Like it's inevitable because of how bad the trade is. So going behind is good, but it's like it's the symptom of a bad trade to begin with.
I can't get you out. Trying to back cap in like 5 seconds.
Back cap is poor because you just don't have the resources. I'd rather you just rock out with your people at this point.
I'm just playing
You mean like collapse on mid or something?
Yes. Like who's gonna stop mid?
I didn't realize how fast mid capped, honestly. I think I get it. On metal.
It doesn't like there. Pretty much every time that you are going for a back cap, you typically need to have a stop,
Okay.
right? So if you don't have those resources, then it's I don't know. It's just a waste, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're sure if they blew it.
Especially you have a 185 buff post that your med dying. I think you can just try to. You really should try to orchestrate some sort of like full out commit on mid.
Alright, I'm not touching mid.
I'm backing up the last right now.
Someone's fighting me on This mid is right bad. I don't want to
Swing.
watch
You're
this.
alone. We're not doing anything.
Okay.
I just
Just
get
try to
killed
die or die.
without doing anything.
Can you try to lift with your pose. Try to lift.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Their
That-
soldier's
that's
not there
fine.
though.
They're gonna push. It doesn't matter. They're gonna push.
I think in that situation, like, pretty much if the soldier kills you, that's the worst outcome. Second worst is he just ignores you and is able to go past you and contribute to the team fight. But if you can continue to like routinely just be annoying to this guy, I think it's probably worth. Like I would have not hid here and I would have just
The
stayed
spot
here,
here,
and just made it annoying as fuck. Maybe the soldier feels the need to call back a scout or something, right? So that's a delay that can benefit your team. Otherwise, I feel like you can just win the fight. Like I think you've put yourself in such a good spot that you can honestly just collect. Either he has to hide or do some crazy fucking jump, or something. But I think this is a very easy kill for you to collect if you play it correctly. And typically, what it's going to look like is that soldier's going to hide or try to duck around with packs, and it will draw back a scout that wants to help the soldier roll out. And that once you get to that point, and you can delay, or maybe you find a kill, or however you play that individual situation, like the better you do that, the more it benefits your team on last, right? Because it just becomes a crazy delay. As soon as you get that scout back, you've already done something pretty good. And then it's just a matter of how long you can stay alive or manage within that situation. But seeing this guy here, you're on the super high ground right in front of him, and choosing to just run away makes it a very easy choice for that soldier. And the fact that this soldier, once you round this corner, he's just waddling on the floor here in front of main. Like it's a very easy kill to play.
Just try to die or get
I'd
out.
say
Yeah, I feel like I'm not very experienced at being behind. I don't really know what I'm even going for.
It's
but that makes sense.
just a 1v. Like I don't know. In my head, it's just like if I think I can get this kill, I'm gonna try and get the kill.
That's fair. I was trying to avoid him
There, right
honestly.
spawn,
I thought he would
right
like jump
lobby.
alley or something.
And that soldier is scared as fuck of you. Like that. Like
Heavy pancake?
it's pretty much that the base HP fight there is pretty much all positioning dependent. So if you're gonna play on the floor and the soldier can be on the height above you, he's probably gonna feel pretty confident in that fight. If you play on top of the crate directly in front of the soldier, choose to engage the soldier on the lower piece of the ground, you're probably going to win.
No, it makes
Shooting
sense.
me.
I wasn't even
Something
thinking of
left.
fighting him.
Push
for
Push on
some
right side.
reason.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Actually,
take it back.
I'm
Credo's
nuking
right
them.
spawn?
I got
Nice,
soldier
nice,
Yeah.
down.
nice, nice.
Credo's right spawn?
Mine behind you, also great heals.
Point.
Okay, watch mind that soldier behind. Oh fuck, they didn't even use you, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, they didn't. That's real rough.
Jesus, okay. Yeah, not much to do there. I honestly thought they'd already used. If you had known that, I don't know, maybe you get a fucking epic sniper quickscope, but that's again a very hard situation to win.
This guy kills himself
backwards
in real life.
transition at a lobby, Rose, you're getting caught, so be a little more careful there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
That was my bad getting forced up on alley there.
I also shouldn't have chased that far. I get the force of
I
I
think
probably need
Hank,
stamina.
If you're ever caught behind like that, just try to live as long as you can.
I
Because then you can come
I
up to
said
the
dying
point.
as soon as you can is better to really.
Yeah.
Are you guys bombing? It
No,
worked,
Yeah,
right?
I'm tired of getting shot
Okay.
by their whole team.
This is the turnaround. No.
So you fading. Let's backdoor.
Okay, those stickies just like if I'm you, obviously give this a glance, but help your team get through main. So it's worth just looking down a sec and just making sure those stickies are clear.
Can we check our
So
path?
we just saw like 4 stickies by main.
Oh, I'm getting nuked, bro.
Again, they haven't full committed the whole like unless it's instant, we just gotta move up
That's
because we can do everything.
Behind them.
That's just from a more oppressive position.
I'm weak. Getting
I'm up
back.
hyped. I'm up hyped.
We do find that kill, which is nice. You end up living,
I'm dead. Sort of.
and we lost track of a soldier. I actually don't know where he came from, but
Ali, you
I
saw
think
him,
he was the
Ali.
left
Ali,
soldier.
Jolly.
I've watched this
Ours?
before.
Ours.
okay.
He's bombing.
It's on our rock now, on our rock now.
He's just jerking off. I would just get cap. Cap is more important here.
Pack, yeah.
IMO. Your spawners can deal with it. Like this guy's not really a threat.
Fun if you
Oh, I
parse
don't
out.
I'd much rather you get mid capped, and from there we can start moving and like do shit.
Go behind.
Yes.
I got him.
He's dead.
Okay. Bart like finds him,
I
which
think
is
he's
great,
still dead.
but
Alright, what's your
chasing around that guy I think is usually not a great use of time.
that bridge?
Yes, sir.
You have to kill the med there.
Is it
Traps in
crits?
house, traps in house.
No, just make sure we cap as soon as It's like
Oh no, it's just like slide at. Okay, got you.
Single hitting, actually.
We're going for the super nuke house play. Okay,
I can move some of them.
Here, let's peek lower and then we'll rotate back and.
Okay, back.
it's a cool idea. I don't mind that. Just make sure that we're actually still building.
Under.
That's kind of the only deficit with doing something like that is like you kind of just forget to build, and then the ad dwindles even more.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Is
Yeah,
they pop.
Not on the floor.
yeah. Like we haven't been building like the last 30%. Like it's gonna be just fucking even.
One. Holy fucking failed.
On the floor.
Yeah.
One stop clock.
So demo's caught.
Soldiers on the floor.
We're weak on the floor.
So there's one.
Get demo, which is nice. So this is
77 soldier behind.
We just split up. Like,
I'm moving.
Drop on break, drop on break.
God damn it, man. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. I gotta.
I mean, it's fine. Like your people are in. Damn, we really got to kill that soldier quicker, and then
77 soldier behind.
something else dies.
God damn it,
Oh, your demo. Your demo was deep as fuck.
he.
man.
Yeah, so he
Um,
chased their combo, and I just got exit.
Going behind.
Soldier. Okay. He got him.
With you.
Okay.
They're chasing here. They're chasing hard. Keep going.
They're
We're holding W.
Keep holding us. Yeah, keep holding us.
You should just leave with them. There's no reason to. Oh my god.
Did you get back? Okay.
You're fine, you're fine.
That's just a scout, so it's like his chase potential is pretty much capped at just how fast his little legs can run. But yeah, this refight from your team is actually really nice because you guys get way better spawners. And I think that's a situation where I feel like this whole kind of engagement can be prefaced because it's a little predictable just based off of entirely of cap. So
Behind.
Soldier. Okay.
once we get to here, it's a 2v2. They have Uber. It's just a scout chasing you.
We're holding W.
We know we can refight at this point, basically, unless I die.
Fight it, dude.
So,
Did you get back? Okay.
You're fine, you're fine.
Should have forced him here. It's
All
just
right,
a scout.
let's get.
I just feel like it's not very clear what we want to do right now. We're talking about we can get forwards, which is true, but that doesn't necessarily say that it's like okay, we can fight them here. They're going to be down so many people. Like those soldiers are still dead, and these other two are walking from last. Like, I guess emphasizing that point is really significant because all I'm trying to say is they are fucking nowhere near these other two. So the force is very easy.
We're holding W.
keep holding us. Yeah, keep holding us.
Don't fight it, dude.
So,
Did you get back? Okay.
You're fine, you're fine.
So if I'm talking like where I want to move with him in, like it's just these two. So I would say let's you can walk alley with me.
Should have forced him here. It's
All
just-
right,
Um,
let's get back in mid. They have Uber. We're trying to get a force.
Where?
where are you pressuring?
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, comms are pretty good to be honest. I think it can just be like ahead of time is what, like the best case I think.
Okay, we're out now.
We're going to
Fred, we don't get anything with the sack, which is a shame,
We're just better.
but it's worth a shot.
House, bombing them out.
Oh god, please don't be caught.
Okay, we're out.
Uh,
There was ending our house.
They're chasing the guy.
They're in.
So this is an overchase. Really, it's a shame because this fight can really be dictated hard by your demo. Like if he just has a minefield or just like stickies that exist in this lobby area. This is a very confident fight that you can take if that's the case.
from them? Yeah.
Nice.
But they should still die for it.
Demo's 2 of 3.
Typically, like the rule of thumb is like most of the time if a team is chasing into your left lobby, it's an overchase, and it can be like exposed more by if your demo plays it properly. There's times where say if your demo doesn't do anything and your demo ends up feeling a little caught to the Uber, that if you maybe feel obliged to bail them out, that you end up fucking wiping because there just isn't enough damage on their combo at that point. But
I'm rotating main.
most of the time, if you play it correctly,
Dead.
Well, they
Yeah,
capped
gotta
last.
find them.
You need to
Thank
spot
you.
scouts here. They could be behind you.
you can take that fight in left lobby.
I see three. I see three.
Ah,
I'm up now.
Okay, we see 3. Nice job. I don't know if we're denying a soldier. Okay.
Your
We
trap
will
says-
try.
Chudmobile is going to be taking the Uber,
Alley?
So we can pop it.
and you can cover the flank with your Soli.
I'll be there in like 5 seconds going underpass.
Okay. Where are you peeking out there?
What do you
House
see?
right now.
Or you can just take over. It's all good.
They're outside
Sure,
the
sure.
No traps main. No traps
They're
main.
playing top right.
So let's scale here.
Okay, trying to get through
we
here.
could walk up here
No, no, we
fast.
had-
So again, as I'm walking up alley, I'm taking the rock. I'm jumping up to the forward. I'm going onto the gate. I'm jumping up to the crate. It's very similar to a mid. Like there's pretty much no reason to scale from the ground here
70.
in the pit.
Getting through.
Soldiers
I think it's around me.
We used. Where's the soldier? Also, I don't even know
used
where
it
we're going
first.
for at that point. Is it supposed to be We're out? backing
Oh,
up.
fuck.
I think it was, but we end up finding 2 picks, which is really nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're still.
So it's still fightable.
4v4. We have damage.
They're already set up. Like if you're gonna fight this, you need to like take an aggressive fight right now, or not do it at all.
Shoot the scout, shoot the
Demo's-
scout, shoot the scout, shoot the scout, shoot the scout.
Scout's dead.
Demo's
Demo's
dead.
dead.
Okay.
Soldier's bombing.
In.
Dead.
Nice.
Shot.
Okay, that's everything. It's a
Nice.
spawner.
It's beam and spawners.
Alright, it's even, yeah? Yeah, it's
Soldier
even.
in house. Oh, he's getting out.
So we can deny these guys. These are pretty fresh, but you're the only scout, so might as well just stack.
Do we deny 3?
I want to deny grape juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so only one projectile. This is a situation I just go house.
Deny 3.
Nice.
We're going alley here. How fast can our spawners be here? Okay, wait,
I'm
pause for a
going out
second.
right now.
Just metalwork specific. So we were saying without a demo, you like going lobby, alley, because then their soldiers have to commit a bunch, or just not. It's free. If there's only one spam, you like house just because it's like the best doorway to enter, but it's very.
I don't believe that a soldier can hold the house by himself. Like he'll be able to spam you, and say if he's fucking really committed on the doorway for whatever reason, like it's a scout soldier medic. So say if they are choosing to hold house, so on the bridge, and you guys are eating damage, that is a perfect situation for your flank to like commit. So say if you have a soldier bomb from alley as you're peeking house and they're choosing to stuff you there, they should wipe pretty much every time because at the end of the day they're 3 up.
Or the soldier's just a massive pick because he's alone and their med's back.
Correct. Either way, something will be able to be generated from house. It's impossible for them to hold it and have it be good unless you guys really fuck up.
I want to deny grape
That makes
juice.
sense.
Yeah.
But and
So
also you
pretty much
go on.
I guess what I think of, we can go alley. It's slower. It maybe their spawners get there in time, depending on like what they do. But I think most of the time you'd be able to take the point from alley. It's just a little bit slower. When I don't know if they're med lived or not. I think it's even still.
Yeah, they're
but
med lived.
it's
actually slide
a
out.
door. It's a door that's not really going to create any sort of snowball effect. So
That makes
pretty much
sense.
it's just like you can lure them into the idea of maybe holding by peeking house. And say if it's house and it's really fucked, you can just always go down drop down and go from underpass, and they can't hold that. But pretty much if I can get anything to engage on the bridge in a like I don't know how many of you people are spawning up here, a 4v3 where I have both soldiers alive. I want to see if I can create something positive on that point too.
Even, yeah. That makes
Soldier in
sense.
house. Oh, he's getting out.
That's kind of complicated, honestly.
we're
Like
counting. We're doing a couple of
I
these.
understand you explaining
going
it, but
for
I'm not sure I'm gonna think of that in game, even though I'd like.
Yeah, I think that's more kind of a byproduct. Like in my mind, it's just like, okay, there's one projectile, so I'm just gonna go to the closest door because he can't hold it.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to think about it.
I want to deny grape juice.
Yeah, so we're doing 3. We're
Nice.
going alley here. How fast
Because I want to get to second as quick as I can.
I'm going out right now.
Because right now their spawners favor them, right? Because
Right.
you're pushing into second
Yep.
versus them pushing into you.
Oh, that's a good spec.
So the longer this fight goes, the sooner their spawners get there before yours. So right now, like you could have had them potentially bullied out
Yeah.
off of your 2 soldiers, and now it's in a stalemate situation because we chose to go alley.
Yeah.
Okay.
You come out.
I'm alley with you.
Not your bombs. Soldier close or not close spamming.
Yeah, he's not playing a bomb.
If they're yeah, he's off.
Playing Shutter. I don't know.
I don't really know what we're trying to do in this situation. Like, is our demo trying to just get damage, dries?
So as soon as your demo's up there, you kind of got to help him out. Like it's like your demo will take a little bit of space, he'll pressure, do some damage. At that point, you got to start moving up a little bit more with him as well. You can't stay here the whole time and be worried about a soldier bomb because, and like your pressure is more valuable.
I killed Soldier House. A scout
Okay, so
behind
once
is
we're
back.
past that choke, we're fully.
Because once you get up to here, you can see shit too, right? Like you'll be able to see the soldiers bombing. You have this window to work with. So instead of anticipating something, let's like prepare for some, or sorry, not prepare. What's the way I'm trying to phrase this? It's like get the information yourself instead of anticipating something to happen,
Backdoor now. Backdoor now.
while all in the same time applying pressure.
Oh, I'm so
Oh
bad.
my god.
Okay, 4v4, we can keep cooking.
Or under. We need to back up.
No, we don't need a backup.
Get back up.
No, we don't. 4v4, you are in control. You can be confident.
Trying to distract
Yeah.
you. I agree with you. My team is not keen up, but.
I was at 100. They used.
Nice, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say that the you pushing from under there is pretty nice, and it draws eyes away from alley.
Nice,
Nice
nice,
So yeah, good play.
Sort of bombing me fast.
Soldier bombing.
He's out. Okay, we're healthy on top left mid. Waiting for players to get here.
Their house. Got
Be
house
ready to
right
use
now.
on them if they commit too many people. We're expecting them to just send 2 or 3 people in. Maybe just one.
Look for
I don't think they're sending
silly
anyone.
little hiding spots.
Alright, let's
Can we
try
cross
and go
above there?
alley and bait
Okay.
those soldiers, so I just want you to carpet the shit.
We should.
Okay,
I
gotcha,
think we should try and take this
They're
fast.
back by
Like, don't
shutter.
expect them to be running a few players here. Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
Just try and take it as fast as you can so we have that for last. They're 40
Okay.
right now.
That was my
Walk up,
plan.
just walk up.
I see soldiers on the ground. No. You're not speaking if you're muted on accident. Not sure.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking to someone in my room, unfortunately.
No, it's fine. Just
Look for
I don't think there's anything.
silly little hiding spots.
all right. Let's
Can we-
try
Above
and go
there.
alley and bait
Okay.
those soldiers. So I just want you to carpet the shit.
We should.
Okay,
I
gotcha,
think we should try and take this
They're back
fast.
by
Like, don't
shutter.
expect them to be running a few players here. Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
Just try and take it as fast as you can so we have that for last. They're 40
Okay.
right now.
Okay, I'm moving
Just walk
through.
up.
Okay.
Just walk up.
Oh my god, you didn't clear that fucking pallet at all.
Whoops. Soldiers on the ground.
Okay, we see it now.
Cross fast.
But I feel like I know Fitman said he wants to take it fast, but we can't be sloppy. Like we still have to look for traps because we walked up here and we probably could have been dead on like 3 times. Because we didn't check the ship like right directly behind you either.
Over here.
There's a bombing. There's a bombing. There's a bombing.
We're good.
Nice.
Trap here. Trap
We have
here.
space. We have space.
Okay, what about the other? Oh my god, there's still another like fucking corner that we gotta clear.
We have fuse. We have fuse. It's fine.
That's two.
Okay, so you guys have really good momentum and you have this soldier kill, so it's worth peeking into last here.
Go for car lobby maybe.
Okay, we're
Everything's
going
fine.
in.
Everything's fine. I'm getting out.
I'm getting through. Soldiers at
They
100.
have-
through
they
main.
have this.
Holy fuck, they don't have.
80. They're 80. No, no.
Yes, Finman's correct.
Okay, good.
And they wipe. Okay, nice job. They should be around. Nice job.
They're not like.
I'm gonna watch the glory. Okay.
So yeah, momentum there is really nice. Like if you're popping by the time you're on point and you have that kill, especially because that soldier's caught in lobby, it's very good grounds to win the round. Like pretty much any time you can get it where they don't have Uber yet and they're on last and they're down numbers, it's so fucking hard for them to hold. Because Uber's usually the thing that will bail you out every time.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Perfect example of when to be on the roof here.
Dead.
Yeah, I'm probably.
can
Yeah,
see it.
I can't move.
So they're
too
50
much.
there.
Beef a little on the soldier.
We're out of
I don't know how your scout dies,
Under.
but unfortunately those soldiers just need to die.
We're under. That made sense though. Like
You can play more confident in that too, right? Like it's unlucky you don't have a buff, but as soon as you see something like this,
Looks like a
Rose is
commit.
dead.
yeah, we just gotta hit our shots, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't move.
So they're
too
50.
That soldier should die every time. And that soldier top left, where does he end up dying and getting a kill from?
Probably.
Soldier
much.
double.
There's a bomb. Hold on, the wall.
I'm just seeing where he lands, because he fades off. This soldier should just instantly die though. And the other soldier just lands up here. Your other guys should probably just be shooting him. I think we're just not keeping track very well as a team, because unfortunately you can't deal with both soldiers. You have to shoot one of them at a time.
Market garden.
But that one soldier should definitely died.
How often do teams use like their
Yeah, we just
pocket
cross
soldier to
train.
help
Yeah,
absorb
yeah.
double bombs?
They are,
Send it. We're
uh,
gonna. Is that common? Not really.
Often. I think at a high level it happens very frequently. It's pretty much based off of like if I have anything better to do, then I'll do it. But if they're instantly fucking face planting in my combo, there's no reason for me to just help clean them up. Because the more help you get, the easier it feels, right? It's just like, okay, thanks, instead of having to fucking deal with 2 soldiers bombing in at the exact same time.
Yeah, and hit like 4 meters.
So typically that responsibility lies on your pocket and your flank scout to try and help you out, unless there's something called ahead of time, like a play, which is fine. And then the counter aggression, or the thing that's going to stop their combo from walking across the entire time, is your roamer doing pretty much a selfless solo play that can still be played well. Obviously, it doesn't have to be just a perma feed. But the responsibility lies more within your demo shooting shit coming forward, and then your roamer looking for a timing off of their aggression.
Okay, hold on. So you're just saying, if we see a double bomb and it's not like we've called our own play ahead of time, you're saying like the responsibilities is like me first and foremost. I'm killing soldiers. Our flank scout and our pocket soldier are helping me if they have nothing better to do, and then our demo and even more so our roamer are basically trying to delay their team as we're absorbing those guys.
Yeah, if your demo is ever looking at those soldiers, you're probably fucked because their team is able to take so much space. So your demo is going to try his best to live and output as much damage as he can, but pretty much the essential part of that is that your roamer is not also helping kill those soldiers, and that because the thing is that if both soldiers bomb and your entire team looks at them, then they can take so much fucking space and shoot so many things with their backs turned, which usually is not very good for you. So typically the best way to deal with it is if they are just face planting is get them killed as quickly as possible and still have some sort of forward aggression in your favor, and that's just going to stem from your roamer.
Mm-hmm. Lose 2 no matter what.
Okay, I'll send.
If you get a high bomb.
Oh
This
shit, your
is
soldier's
bad.
going crazy.
This is a bad play.
Bomb meta.
I told him to do it.
Last hole.
I think we could have actually delayed on last We're tier turtling if you
here,
lived with
try and
me.
get
Sticks on point, Rose.
Yeah, we gotta get Uber. This is like we gotta like be emphasizing this.
Fuck.
Gun's dead.
Go instead. You gotta like so right now instead of walking into them left, I would be more concerned with taking space towards the right.
Mm-hmm.
Usually on the last, you will have the most space and opportunity to work around and move on the right as long as the right side doorway is contained. So forcing a fight behind the point and on the left pretty much only favors them because they're just able to take more and more space.
Demo's bridge.
We're on the right now, which is good,
Thank you.
but we got to make sure we're keeping check of all players. We see 4 of them, including 1 soldier, so 1 soldier is currently missing, and I would not be surprised if he's getting through right very, very soon. Oh my god, there he is.
I know he's there. I just feels like I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, so just keep him in check. I think what you did is good. You're just eating a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So
Soldier now, hi, hi,
Oh,
hi, hi.
fuck.
the route that I'm looking for here, also if you have an off class, that is usually beneficial. I think you staying scout is good because if you like went back to spawn now and swapped off, you're just forfeiting so much space. But I think especially your NG that just died or gun died could have gone to go play heavy.
Okay, rotate right side here.
So the call's good.
Demo's a
As soon as I'm moving up the right, especially because you have the fucking winger, I'm jumping up onto that crate, and then I'm engaging from there. Like I'm doing all this chip like
Demo's
from that piece of height. Because I'm going to try to minimize as much damage as I can take while still trying to control like the part of the map that I want to be on.
makes sense.
So we're up here now, and it's a little too late because by the time that guy's peeking, the scout is going onto the point. That's not really your responsibility. I think your demo should have this more under control than they currently do. But I think the soldier right actually
I think
hits
you
you.
just directed me. Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what happened.
So I think our attention is just a little bit split because I think we're getting to the places we want to be too late. If we're up on a good positioning ahead of time and that soldier peeks too eagerly, you can probably hit him for easy 100 and he feels scared to do anything from there on.
50 on point.
We have Uber to
70
extend if you
more.
want.
Soldiers.
Because now he's getting back in and we're just fucked.
Come on, beam.
Can you? Okay.
You-
So, sorry. Do you want to continue? Go.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to say is that at the end of the day, it's way easier for a soldier to deal with that fucking guy than it is for you. So in a best case scenario, I think you already have a soldier posted up on there, and he just chucks a spam rocket, and then you probably can just forget about it. But I do think that your positioning still is not great. Like I think we're just slow to take good positioning on the right, which is pretty much just the crate, and then from there you can engage however you want. But it's another scenario where it feels like again the fight does not exist on your own terms.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
you've kind of bled soldiers here, and it favors them. But
Demo's a pick.
Demo's bridge.
Soldier's gonna bomb next.
like that chip on the demo, unless you're hitting him for like 100 instead of 10, is pretty inconsequential. Like what I'm primarily still concerned about is the soldiers, right? So like I don't want to run forward at the demo to pressure him while I still don't really have this guy on the right in check.
Thank you. There's way too much pressure here.
Got a 50 on point.
We have Uber to
70
extend if you
more.
want.
Soldiers
I
behind.
think that guy gets a ton of value because both scouts look at him. I think you guys both eat the same rocket.
Look at him.
So it's just not a great situation for you.
Walking in
Yeah,
the
They use.
Using now.
Yeah, but could we pause for a second?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I remember, like, we talked about earlier, like, if I have Uber and they are definitely committed, I want to take the exchange before they get through. In this situation, they've
Sure.
already gotten all the space in the world, right? It's basically we're just both on our last. So, like, what
Yeah.
what can I even go for there? Or, like, what's my number one goal? Like,
A
you said
trade is
soldiers.
viable, I would say. Like if you wanted to, there wasn't any like expression of that. Like it didn't seem like it had even been considered, to be honest. But if you are considering a trade,
Gun's dead. Let's go.
I want it on my
side.
terms, like you're saying. It just seems
right?
really hard.
So this demo is very split. So if you walk up to this ramp, you're guaranteed a demo kill, which. I mean, depends on how many people. Obviously, you're down 2 soldiers, so your chase potential is a little fucked as well. So, if you were to go down on this ramp, you'd be guaranteed a demo kill, which if they choose to try and save him would be pretty beneficial to your team. But if they choose to just drop him, and again, depending on your individual capabilities and just, if you can manage to find a scout in there as well, then there's something that your team can kind of develop on a second. But if all you're getting is a demo and they're all able to back up with ad, then it's kind of scary because it's at the end of the day, they pretty much just sacked a demo for the force.
Well, I could Uber into their combo and hope that my team kills the demo, who's still isolated, whether or not I shoot at him, right?
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I just think that their combo is probably just going to be able to kite. Like it's just two scouts. So if we think about that situation where it was Grape Juice chasing you on mid, right? Pretty much all they can do, they can just back up, and then you have the same. You're never closing any distance, right? Because it's just you. So in order for something to be good here, you typically need a projectile, which is a shame because you're down 2 soldiers. Because this could be a really good situation if you had a soldier with you and he bombed into main as you walked forward. I think that would be like very, very good.
So I would call we're exchanging bomb their combo and then just walk at them.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a greater thing than that, but it's pretty much if you can involve a projectile in a trade, it's going to usually be probably 10 times better than if it's just a solo on you. But that requires more preparation. It requires people who kind of feel comfortable doing that because it's not necessarily as easy as it seems.
Wait, can you unpack that? So just what the last thing you said.
The soldier needs to play in a way that does not eat a million damage leading up to the exchange, but also doesn't require the exchange popping super fucking early in order to try and flash him. So best case scenario here, he's just got crit heals from spawn. He's up on the box. He's containing the guy on the right. The trade is called. He says, "Flash me." As you go in, he's jumping in directly onto the sheet metal. Your med flashes him. He forces a flash, guarantees the force, and from there he can either jump away. He can get another flash, maybe see if he can do some crazy shit behind if he feels that's the case. I don't think that would really be what happens here, but it pretty much guarantees a force, guarantees some sort of degree of isolation on these players, which would net picks and then potentially become something positive that you can take onto your own second.
Bridge.
So just gonna bomb next.
Thank you.
But their mid's committed at this point. He backed up now, but
Got a 50 on point.
We have Uber to
70 more. Soldiers behind.
I think you do probably call a trade there, especially because your soldier spawns up. I think when I would call it,
Rotate right side here.
I'll just see. It's just your soldiers dying is just really not great.
Soldier's gonna bomb next. I should be thinking right now. This fight is
right
lost.
there.
We need to exchange.
Right there, the trade is good. I think because there's so many things that are committed. So their medic is probably gonna have to use Uber.
I would just walk straight.
Right there. Yeah.
Got a 50 on point.
I don't think I wasn't
Soldiers
necessarily
behind,
wanting to go
behind,
for exchange. I see now that it's there's literally nothing else to do. I don't think, but
Yeah.
I'm still uncomfortable in this situation where you have Uber but you're down numbers.
Well, that's the greatest thing, right? Is that when you are down numbers, especially on your own last where they spawn literally directly into the fight, it just means that they can't die during the exchange. Obviously, it's tough for them to take space because they literally don't exist on the point. But if your people are spawning up in a couple of seconds during the trade, that means that they are always going to be ready for the post, which is by far the biggest thing. So if you can conduct a good trade where you can force flashes, maybe find a kill, it's pretty much all on your individual prowess to create something good there.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Which is why the best scouts in the game take those trades because they can force something crazy.
And also, there's just a lot of things stacked in your favor, like you're saying.
Yeah.
He's just.
I don't know. I like to think about it because they're already dead. I know they can't die in the fight, so they will always be up for the post.
Yeah. No, I understand.
D3. There's no way you're gonna get the force.
I mean, he was up by the time they were in, right?
No, but they walk through main for free.
Yeah, I guess you could have helped slow him down.
I think I agree with that.
But yeah, hesitation kills.
Right,
We lost one when they came in. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. I'll go look for the exchange next time in that situation.
No.
Oh, I'm fucking 10.
It's like fast.
Oh god. So they are up left hard, so you can react by trying to take their right.
We're weak, we need heals.
Yeah, this is good.
Got 1 HP on the floor.
I just think we're not really keeping track of soldiers because I think there was one dude in your top left, unless I'm crazy.
Alley.
Got me.
No, okay, we see him top right.
Soldier is
Soldier was one.
I see him.
Soldier's
side.
an elbow.
That was sort of
Trying to
hot.
get
Out, in,
Oh,
out.
don't watch this. Skip
It's
this.
just him.
God.
It's fine. It's all fine.
I'm
Low truck. Fuck off.
Okay.
God.
That was close. Alright.
Okay, you can move forward.
I think I saw something alley.
I just fell.
I'm alley.
That's ours, bro. That's ours.
I don't see anyone second.
Doc, come on, man.
Right, it's full out for last. Get buffs
Yeah,
on
mid
2.
spawn.
There's probably sniper bullshit.
I'm assuming no.
So if you're feeling really eager, you could have gone and just peeked the shutter really quick, just for info,
We take a fast spot.
ahead of time.
I want to spot, but yes. No
Oh, yeah,
trap
oh, yeah,
shutter
my
right
bad.
now.
Soli.
Traps on point.
Nice, really good info.
Just go straight to them left here. Okay, pop
You didn't see a sniper? I think there's a chance there could be still a pyro here. Yeah, there's the pyro. Pretty much, I'm just like concerned if. Okay, nice. He just feeds.
Nice.
Okay.
Is he getting cap time?
No gun, no gun.
They're left.
Look up, look up, look up, look up. Like it's not worth. Oh my gosh, it's. Oh my god. I know going in the corner there is nice, but I feel like I'm a very strong advocate. Like unless we have a ton of kills,
I don't really.
you only had 1 kill, and both soldiers are alive. Like I want to put myself in a more dynamic spot where I can like react. Because here I'm just dying for the point. If I'm dying, I'm dying.
Do you mean like go for the other corner, for example? So I can.
Yeah,
actually
so
see?
I want to play here and like look up like from there, and I can jump back off the point. You know what I mean? And like
That's
bait
fair.
the bomb, and like that soldier ends up becoming a kill.
Happy on
Because
point.
if that soldier just lives and kills you, then it's like it's not very good for your team. I think going point there is the right play though.
Nice guys.
And earlier you're saying as soon as I peeked and I
So,
didn't
what
see
do
a
we
sniper, I'm expecting a pyro.
Yes, you should anticipate a pyro every time.
We bombed up
Yeah,
damage.
we corralled them into corner. or
So
valley,
if we're gonna go far left Uber, we can maybe do a double scout or something.
then we just
That pyro just chose to feed. That pyro could have played it probably
Yeah.
a million times better. So they gifted you a kill, which is nice. But a better pyro will not do that.
What the fuck? Jesus, man.
It's okay, we're playing slow, remember?
Oh yeah, true. Don't kill it right now.
Walking up left now.
Demo's super. Take space now. Demo's in lobby.
Oh, nice.
Good call, good call.
Go left.
Okay, I'm
So don't full commit to these. You're just overextending.
Should leave here.
Unless I'm 185, I do not feel comfortable at all making those moves that you did.
Space
So
now.
once I'm up here,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm jumping on and off the crate looking for a buff, and then once I get that, I'm probably looking to engage on the staples. But 125 base HP here, you are going to get chunked and you are going to die very quickly.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I'm probably dead.
I'm just walking
dead.
across
You should
point.
leave.
And I think our focus fire is also a little strange, right? So end goal is still like soldiers
Super,
until
take
we
space now. Demo's in lobby.
feel comfortable that we don't need to look at them.
Good call, good call.
But there's still a soldier top right that I would probably feel a little bit concerned about.
Go left.
Yeah, I
Um,
could be going back and forth.
And then we don't know where the other guy is at the moment, I don't believe. So he just bombed from under the point.
Yeah, I'm probably dead.
So putting yourself in this position here, you're never really going to be able to deal with him.
Dead. You should leave here.
Got a soldier. Where are you, Kevin?
Link up.
Nice.
He's leaving
I'm
underpass.
backyard,
Can we pass
backyard.
now?
I'm gonna get bombed.
it's just a soldier. He's
No, I did not mean to. I gotta unbind that shit.
Soldier might go high.
We're fine on bridge. I don't know.
Might go high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going for bows instead of getting Uber.
I saw him last year.
Okay, we're leaving.
I'll bring a
You
good
play.
I think just stabilize with us bridge.
Sure.
I'm dead.
Yeah, we're fucked. Okay. I was gonna say. When you're down people, I don't think you have time to get a gun. I'd much rather you be on heavy.
There. There's
Hold on,
fucking
watch the
hell
sacks.
in
They're gonna
the
send sacks very soon.
Hey, soldier from left. I'm bombing soldier left.
Back up parts if you can.
He's oh.
And that is a very bad drop from your medic. But I would rather you be on heavy, and I think you can. Again, in these situations, I feel like we're still lacking a voice on where we want to play, which is very, very important when we're down numbers because we need to control some part of the map. If we don't decide what part of the map we want to control, we're going to lose every time.
There. There's
Hold on,
just
do you like
fucking
right
hell
side
in
on
the
they're gonna
lane.
send sacks?
Yes, right is my favorite
From left. I'm bombing soldier.
because it's just like one door that's here. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, just the one.
Versus if I want to play up on the bridge, there's shit that can be left, shit that get through main. And like it's way harder to have control over these doorways because you have to be so much more extended to actually be on the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus right is just right there, and it's just an easy walkout.
Back up parts if
Do
you
you
can.
do you play right even on like even Ubers
I'm dead.
6v6 and just
No,
like,
I want when it's 6v6 even Ubers, you have control of the doors because people are up forward
Okay,
and you have
that's
all of your
good.
players,
Okay.
right?
we need a
But yeah, you are
Their beam is right. Their beam is right. Their beam is right.
fucked now. But hope if you guys hold this, you guys are goaded. Okay,
Machine demo post.
Bombing.
Army something coming out now.
Demo's at 90 post.
So high in the air.
Demo's 120.
oh,
Got take 100. Dead.
okay, nice kill.
Machine the scout.
Scout
Okay,
point.
very holdable.
There,
Demo.
there. Come on, demo.
Is there soldier
bad.
alive?
Yeah,
Nice,
he's gonna be
nice,
like.
nice.
Here.
Soldiers.
Double
Double
left,
up,
double left,
Double
double left, double left.
Okay, a little scary,
Wipe.
but
Go,
I like that you were concerned about the soldier.
That
Dude,
was my
it's-
plan, okay? You just
Alright,
don't
big
know.
guys.
Just cut west next time. I go hard.
Alright, what is this? System E?
Do we deny anything? I would definitely be building a little ahead of time.
Alright, do we
Okay.
have a pop or just...
So I'd ask where my players are right now. I'm just wondering if they're on second or not. But I want to take a quick fight in through house again because there's only one projectile. So the quicker I take this fight, the longer time there is between when they spawn up and can be on the doorways. So it essentially is a free point for our team
Push here. What is
Down
that?
two,
So push, so push.
That makes sense.
If
because you already have 4 people here. Had you been in house already, maybe there's someone that offers up a kill. Because their med's dead here, right? Again, anyone that currently exists on mid does not have a buff. So any fight that you take on your own terms, again, is going to be something that's confident.
50, 60 ad.
So I'm looking for some of those engagements while they're down their numbers.
Alright, do we want to pop or just Makes sense. slow push here? What is
Down
15?
two.
So push, so push.
We need
Slow
to.
push?
We opted for slow push. At that point, you should just wait for your scout
Let's go house.
because you don't even have Uber yet.
Just gonna buff theirs.
Okay.
Bait our medic in the left corner and then get through up to the bomb.
Alright, we're at 90.
Alright, so carpet the shit out of the floor rows. Soldier,
Yeah, I
can you
got
get
you,
through and spot as much as you can? Get through and...
Okay, so we're going to try and walk in here.
Soldier bomb
Soldier
me.
close, soldier close.
I see them. They're on their side.
Okay, I'm
They have
through.
soldier
No
on
spread.
their
Okay, cool.
I'm getting through.
There's traps on alley.
Actually, pretty good. Nice.
It's gonna even
Alright,
out. in a
we're
second.
not
They're 60, they're 60.
Yeah, I was about. Okay, but yeah, it's not evening out yet. If you really want, because they just left and they might be out of position, you could go for a fucking crazy house Uber. But regardless, like slowing down on the point here is never beneficial. I know you assume it's even, but they just
Okay, we can go fast ramp room. We'll see if they're caught.
We go house? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
yeah. House would have been fucking maybe epic potentially, but they could also just maybe have Uber.
Scouts here?
You get through pretty clean actually, which is nice.
There's a scout close house.
Use. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Pretty thin.
I wasn't calling well enough though. I don't
Well,
think
you-
my med was like.
Yeah, you guys, your people ended up going ramp room,
Use these.
Hey, Uber does
and they ended up getting Uber anyways.
We're under
Drop down.
Can we
drop
collapse
down.
with our
Got
point?
demo.
Yeah,
I
I think at the point where you hesitate,
Oh, they have
like
a
I don't know, the most mature option is like as soon as you guys hesitate on point when you shouldn't have hesitated, you've already delayed long enough to where they probably will get Uber on second, so we have to just pressure from alley
I think the
and then off of the picks we're looking for an eventual sack.
Can you rewatch and tell me like you tell me when we like look at the scout that's
Yeah,
like
so-
nearby
so
and carpet the shit out of the floor rows. Soldier,
Yeah, I
can you
got
get
you.
through and
So you guys get in like surprisingly clean here. Like there's like a roller that hits your medic, but that's like literally
On
it.
their side.
Okay, I'm
They have
through.
soldier
No
on
spread.
their
Enter,
right.
enter.
They just choose to give the point.
Traps on.
So as soon as they do that, so here as soon as everything is out, in my mind I'm saying let's take a fucking awesome house Uber and blow them up if we still have 40 ad. Because they just left, their positioning probably isn't that great, and they just expended a bunch of health by staying on mid. However,
It's gonna even out. in a
Alright,
second.
as soon as we stagnate there, and we aren't already in house, like pretty much taking the Uber, I don't think we have enough time to go for that, and I would call let's work up alley. It's going to start evening out and look for space because that they're probably building the last 10% of that Uber, meaning they can't, fully be on the point, or they don't feel comfortable doing that.
We go house?
That
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense.
No, no, ramp room, ramp room.
Yeah.
So right here, I'm calling let's pressure alley.
Spotted it.
Hold
on.
There are traps in house.
Pause. Okay, I don't know if I have a specific question, but just to like say that again. So because it's like we have small ad that's evening out. When you want to go for those sort of slow pushes where you're trying to bully them out, basically you want to pick the doorway that's hardest for them to contest because they're playing passive together.
Yeah, they're gonna be so far away because they have to build, right? Like if they want to play in a committed position where they don't have Uber, then it's like okay, we can probably just use on you and you'll blow up because you don't technically have yet, and it also just feels scary for them to begin with, right?
Yeah.
House.
We're using.
There's a scout close house.
Oh, shit, we
Leave,
disconnected.
don't use.
But yeah, some sort of disconnect. They ended up going ramp room.
Do they have? They have.
Where are you
We're
leaving?
ending right.
I think you did say ramp room, didn't you?
Where are you?
Let's fight, let's fight.
Yeah.
We're
I
under
think I
control.
probably
drop
just. Can we
Soldier
collapse
drop down.
with our
Got
point?
demo.
So if you
Yeah,
go
I died,
back
I
to
died.
the ground.
Oh, they have a spy
It's
in
okay,
the
we're
house.
We need med here.
Oh, there's
Med
a
is alley. It's just you, just
Who's
you.
alley?
Okay.
I would snipe here.
Did you
Too
know?
aggressive play.
I would be sniper, and
The ramp room.
it's just you right now, so it might be a feed to go into alley, but I would probably post up in alley right now.
As a sniper,
Yeah,
as to
that's
watch
fine.
Yeah.
like
Should
their
be
cross
double
from mid
scout.
into.
Yeah, I think it's like an angle that they probably won't expect, and anything that just walks off point in there, it's just an easy body shot.
So,
We're hard
I
building
just
this.
assumed it was
And if anything wants to actually fight you, they have to commit all the fucking way into alley, and they don't have Uber yet.
My soldiers will bail me out.
So yeah, your people can definitely help you.
Flip our soldier, we can send one here.
Okay.
It's only like 40 disad, I think.
That's 40.
They have a spy, remember.
They do have leash B.
I can watch after.
Secondary.
Hey, you watch your
shoot.
back. I'll watch your back.
I think you can afford to look back as well.
Back mid.
Can we spot deep into house from right to right? Demo just crossed. I didn't see anything else. So. Beam is
They're
not
calling
crossed
now.
yet. They committed right now.
Okay, so they were out. Holy fuck! Watch out for the spy right now,
Our
dude.
soldiers committed
I know.
already.
They should have now.
Uh-oh. Surely they don't get backstabbed.
No, they're medic
Alright.
just
We're in last.
hills
Oh
away.
my god, we are not turning around at all. I'm assuming they're still a spy.
I'm getting a gun up ASAP.
So this is a scenario, again, you're down a soldier, they're going to feel obliged to move with momentum. I would play
So
heavy
heavy.
instead of engineer, because you're not going to have time to get a gun.
Still a spy.
Yeah, they're peeking main now.
Heavy's a little scary with the spy as well. If I think about
I must call it. I must call it.
I think either class is scary, but we ultimately just need to like have a decent hold here. Because we have a gun at spawn right now while your medic is playing on bridge. You know what I mean? Like, there's just,
Fine.
there's no cohesion as to this hold. And this happened both times. Like, your medic dropped both times, pretty much identically. Obviously, this time was a spy, but the issue that is existing is the exact same issue. Both times.
Wait. Can you say clearly what that issue
No,
is?
I can't scribble the record.
We are not on the same side of the map.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And you aren't helping to deny anything because you have a gun at spawn.
What do you think
Is
of
that Mom?
Pyro
He's
there
19!
to deny the soldier sack? And I can help.
Pyro's interesting. I just come up heavy pretty much every time there. I think on Metalworks last, there is some validity to Pyro, but I'm just a huge heavy fan.
Years old.
That's that.
But yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any questions?
I don't think. I think I asked you all my questions as they occurred. That was an awesome review. Thank you. I feel like there was a lot to think about there. Also, it was
Nice.
way worse of a game than I thought. I mean, I feel like it was fun at the end, but the first few rounds, like we were super not locked in, and it's kind of painful to watch. But yeah, I feel like my takeaways, especially in the beginning, was like just get a lot more info. Like when we're holding, and I remember you saying that in the past. Like when you're in defense, you need to be spotting so that you can react to things ahead of time. And also, like when I'm leading a push with heals, you know, I should be calling as much as I can so that my sackers who don't have info should get in. I really like the ideas about like when to take an exchange, because I've been getting closer and closer to like reacting well when, you know, it's a chaotic team fight and both teams have Uber. Like, what do you do? And I liked that you sort of went into the decision making on when you're wanting to exchange, like basically before they get through whatever bottleneck they have, or if they're already through, make sure you can get onto like their deep combo so that they actually force. Obviously taking aggro positioning on metal ASAP, like the mid, I mean. Basically as soon as they don't rip a double. And I assume that's like for any map. You want to
It depends. Like, it really is dependent on how accessible the height is and how easy it is for you to get shot. Metal's kind of unique in the way, like, compared to other maps, where it's incredibly easy to scale forward and height at the exact same time, like, while not being in a fully committed position. Because by going up to the crate, I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't call you committed. I think it's very easy to back up and disengage and not take damage from that position, versus other mids, maybe process, like if you were to climb up to the crate, like you can still definitely just die or eat a lot of sticky spam.
Right. Okay.
So there's more nuance in that. But on Metalworks, I'd say it's straightforward because it's the only thing that can damage you is the demo, because soldier spam just can't hit you on the crate, and the bombs that would like fight you there are all very easy to see. There's like it's pretty much impossible to be surprised by something because the doorways of where the soldiers exist from are just all directly in front of you, and they're all fairly isolated.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then the last major takeaway was like, if they're down projectiles, basically pick the fast doorway to get in.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to stuff you. Or like you were saying, it might actually lure them into a hold and then you can get a flank in or something like that.
It's pretty much just like the easiest, like when I'm playing TF2, I'm always concerned with trying to snowball as many advantages as I can. Like a classic example, I think that people may not intuitively think about. So say on process, if you have ad and you just want a mid and there's stuff, say their med dies on mid and you end up getting like say 2 more kills and that's all you get. Instead of going into choke, you can push in through IT because shit lingering on second is has a way higher chance of being caught to some shit through IT than it is through things, just walking in through choke. It's like if you manage to get in through IT, not use Uber, collect a kill of someone that's surprised, then it pretty much you have 100% chance of like winning the last at that point. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's the nail in the coffin.
That makes sense. Especially because they're probably trying to go for salvage plays and expecting you to come through choke. So
Yeah, and again, if you can take shit on your terms, right? Like that's kind of the whole idea. So if I'm going IT and anticipating shit hiding around a corner or etc., then I feel way more prepared about just killing it. Especially if my whole team is under that like the impression of what I'm trying to do, so they can help out too. We can just blob up. And it's like a very easy kill to collect.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I guess my only question, which might be hard to answer, is like, do you have any like major takeaways?
Yeah, the one thing I was going to say is that in your scrims, you can propose it to your team, and if they, for whatever reason, if they're very against it, then don't. But in a scrim, and because it's the sake of a scrim, I think you should try to feel way more comfortable in exchange scenarios. So what I mean by that is take an exchange when you normally would feel uncomfortable not like doing so for the sake of getting the reps in.
Okay.
And knowing what you can get away with, or like what timings work best, or etc. And then also trying to maybe get your other players on the same page, right? So involving a projectile in the trade, or etc. Like really try to preface them so you can actually get good reps and it doesn't feel like a foreign concept when you do actually have to take a trade in a match.
That makes sense. Thank you. It's a good idea. Yeah, I would like to do that.
It's also a pretty fun way of playing TF2.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, it can lead itself to shit just going wrong, but it is, especially in scrims, I think it's enjoyable to go for instead of just fucking disengaging and leaving all the time. Which, in my opinion, like there's nothing to practice there, right? It's just you're literally leaving.
Yeah, that's true. And then like in matches, do you struggle at all with like in scrims we're trying all this stuff, and then in matches we end up just sort of like playing more passive and methodically?
I mean, it depends. The thing is though, like the more you take those trades and the more you feel confident, it's like the more you'll feel and like comfortable doing it in a match as well, right? Yeah. Instead of the option always being, okay, let's just fucking leave. It's like, okay, I've been here before. I've done this a couple times. Like, you know what? Like, we'll take the trade here. I feel confident that we can do this. It makes your playbook so much larger.
That's true. Cool.
Because there's times like where it's like, okay, we really have nothing going on here. We have no projectiles, like etc. Like we ultimately do just have to leave. But in every scenario that I saw in that match that you showed me, I think where we discussed a trade, I think it could have happened, and it probably should have.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Well, I hope I would like to show you another at some point when I've
for sure
hopefully gotten better at some of this stuff, because that was cool.
Nice. Thank you. Could you send me the video?
Sure.
If you do upload it.
Yeah, I will do so.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, I do gotta go.
Yeah, sounds good. All right.
Take care.
Bye.